I have to load this crap right into my garage because the township complains about my extracurricular activities. I should say, some little snitch of a bitch in my neighborhood complains about my extracurricular activities. Could be the township, but I highly doubt it. Yep, no break. No, we're gonna try to do this without breaking everything. Guess I can get rid of my little hood strap because they make the best hoods these days. All right, and I can go in the scrap pile over here. Don't know what you're looking at. Sorry, probably looking up, down, whatever else. Pick up some of this crap. Else with another XT1 show up. That way I can make sure I know what I'm looking at. That's weird too. It looks like there's a dent in the side of the because the filter that he put on there is too long. I don't know what he did, but somebody dented that up too. If you look, trying to get that, squeeze that in there. Oh, what's that? Whew. Still, ribs hurt. Oh, we'll slide under there. I'm gonna lift it up. Get the lift. I guess we can get the mower lift out. We'll dig the mower lift out of this sack of crap. I really get tired of shuffling this one around. I should just take it out to the shed and hide it. That's what happens when you use a lot of crappy gas. Should be a walking billboard for Stens. Fortunately, I had a $25 bill there because shortly after I went ahead and used their website, and I'm saying like within minutes after submitting an order on their website, my Bank of America card, which I've never had problems with in the 10 years that I've had the Bank of America card, suddenly started receiving fraudulent charges. And then in the middle of that, Stens fucking cuts my card off, or I guess, because Bank of America cut my card off. Stens sends me a bill for 25 bucks because an order that they didn't ship or whatever. I don't know what the hell. They had the weirdest billing setup. And then in addition to the $25 bill, which I paid then 2 months later, they sent me a $5 finance charge because initially I didn't realize that I owed them money because I always pay with a credit card, cash on a delivery order, when I check out. And this thing has been bothering me lately too. And yeah, it sort of ticked me off. They sent me a $5 finance charge, so we'll see if it's there next month. And I mean, I don't order a lot from Stens, but I order enough that it's a lot to me. So that being said, I reached out to the sales rep, who I'm not sure if she was very friendly with me when I was interested in buying stuff from them, but I think it's SLE. I think I'll end up purchasing more stuff from SLE in the future. And let's see what we got going on down here. All right, broken bolts there. On Unbelievable. So this spring, something's missing there. That looks like it's bent. Without looking through the parts manual, that's what shredded up there. You can see the top of that. Let's pull this eBay. Oh, what the heck? We got. I gotta put this on camera on this. Because I won't have time to edit this with the GoPro. But I can already see there's a lot going on here. Missing bolt right there. All right, let's get the camera. And first things first, I had to drop this deck. These are always a pain in the butt. And then I'm grab my knee pad if I can find my knee pad. Be nice. Save my knees a little bit. So, yeah. And I don't use, since this was off before, and I don't know if you can see, but someone decided to replace it instead of using the hairpin clips, or I guess it's they decided to replace them with just cotter pins. So now I gotta go get some extra tools. That was nice. They did it. They kept the cotter pins. They kept their they kept the hairpin clips all the way around. What a jerk, man! Oh. And when I say that, since I have two similar units. See how this has a bow tie clip? That's how it's not how I knew, but I mean, I've worked on enough Cub Cadets that I could tell that some Jack, hopefully not the owner. I don't think it was the owner. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have it in my possession. Although, I shouldn't say that. Sometimes I've gotten equipment that, someone starts out, I think they got it under control. They might know what it is. They get in there and they find out that it's a little bit more in depth than they had signed up for. So kind of feel the humidity moving in here, which sucks. I need a day to clean. Oh, and a bigger garage with more, just a place for everything. A place for everything. I don't know what this pain is. Oh, I got this pain right here. When I breathe in, it hurts like heck. What a dingus. These I'll at least put some better pins in than this. I don't know if I have bow tie pins, but I do have some pins. What a joke. This one was too long, so instead of trimming it down with his dikes, he that's what happens when you start taking stuff apart. I'm guilty of it. I've done it before. There's no doubt about it. But it's typically my own equipment, not other people's equipment. I've taken my own equipment apart and then got distracted with other people's equipment because I make that my priority. And lo and behold, looking for parts all over the place. He didn't even have, I don't know who he took it to, but he didn't even have 3 of the same. This one, unbelievable. I gotta find a better pair. I don't know where my good dikes went either. Ah, this is unbelievable. I have to find my better dikes. Oh yeah. Yeah. And then I'll end up in my tire or someone else's tires. Yep. And so I do hate decks. Ooh. Missing anything on the deck? Alright, so that's deck number 1. I'm gonna push this in a little further, but definitely missing a rod there. Good thing, you know what? Everything happens for a reason. Guess that's why I had someone on tubes. I really should start a YouTube, like a my background is IT, and that's pretty much what I do every day. Set a server up there and let it run away and get people to load their crap onto it. Yeah, so let's get back into this. Oh, let me, son of a biscuit. Of course you won't. I don't even know what you can see. What can you see? I keep putting my passcode in there. Let's text this guy. Okay. You can have all the money in the world, but if you're not happy, it doesn't even matter, does it? So we'll continue on with this hodgepodge of a mess. I have no clue how this guy managed to go ahead and break every little bolt that he's got in. I shouldn't say that. I've been guilty of it before. I've definitely broken some bolts, more than a few bolts. But when I do break bolts, I make sure that I point them out to my customers or people that I'm working on their equipment, so you can. And I know there's not a lot of light under here, but it looks like there's I don't know what he's got going on. This guy shouldn't be allowed to touch a wrench. He's got a lot of crap fudged up, and broken bolts. I'm gonna have to go ahead and try to figure out how to drill and tap, because I imagine that, you know, the engineers put them in there for a reason. We'll see what else that don't break on the way out. Put my safety glasses on. Guess that's why you had, I know I was complaining you didn't need to remove the deck arms on the side there for raising and lowering the deck, but now I see why he removed them. I'm afraid of what's gonna pop out of here. And yeah, I'm definitely afraid of what's gonna pop out. I don't work underneath a bit like that. It's not a very smart idea. I can tell already. And this one's good gravy. What the hell? Good God. I don't think he had the right bolts in the right area to begin with. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Hey. I put my other dikes out that work better. But this is why I cut these off. And this is why. I know you probably can't see anything but a pedal now. And after I get this plate dropped off the bottom and figure out what we're looking at that's broken and missing, I'm going to opt to just tie these back up here with some zip ties, because I know I'm gonna need to order some parts, and I can already tell that, yeah, this is not good. Not good at all. Yeah, look. Alright. It's moving. That's good. Some angry birds out there. I don't feed the birds anymore. It's like giving out welfare. Just one more. And again, I don't want to work under there, because I don't know what else is going to fall out from under there. Should have been a lawyer. Honestly, what I should start doing is, when I get into projects like this, I should just tell them that I can't, because I take on someone else's burden. You know, look, That thing was sitting in there all screwed up, so what are you missing there? So you lost the bolt for the top of that. It was probably installed backwards anyways. That one doesn't seem bad, but I feel like the plate might be bent. That plate might be bent, and there's definitely, I feel like there's something missing here. We're going to have to figure out what it is. And while we're under here, oh, I see why he did that. So, all right. Yeah, because Dingus, when he pulled that, yeah, we'll record that. And we got a friendly passenger here. I don't know if they're friendly, but I'm sure they're probably from China too. Lightning bugs. They're neat to see though, aren't they? Show their little luminescence to go ahead and continue on their journey through Earth here. Sorry, I didn't mean to wake you up if you were sleeping there, buddy. Iron. Thanks. Glad you told me that was iron. Too bad you didn't make these steel jackasses. So, because I got another Cub Cadetter out there, I want to zip tie these up and push it forward in the garage here so I can continue to work in my tiny abode or garage. I should probably pull that. As I was saying, I'm pretty sure the reason that is got those crimps on it is because the guy probably pulled the bolt out of this and just let it bam whap down. And my guess is he had it on because, you know, at least he got it back in the security slide. I'm surprised he didn't go ahead and try to take that one out too. Because if he wouldn't have got that back in there, it would have been a real pain in the butt. Oh, lightning bug took off. Sorry, lightning bug. You can go back to sleep, whatever you do. I might go to sleep under here. I'm not sure. There's definitely something missing there. I don't know what we're missing, but I'm not so worried about the belt at this point in time. I gotta take the belt guard off the back, which is a pain in the ass. We'll do that when I get the belt and everything else, but this project definitely got delayed. It's not as simple as a belt and a pulley. And I guess we'll tie that up too while we're at it. Make sure it doesn't fall down. Oh man, I don't think it will, but you never know. Yeah. Oh, that hurt. Nothing like that in the back. And then, like I said, this thing here. I feel like we're definitely missing. He either put this on upside down, which I'm probably guessing he put it on upside down, or he's missing a spacer on the bottom too. That's supposed to be there. Because, yeah, no, he had this on upside down. That's what happened. Yep, he had that on upside down, and now we're missing the bolt for that. And you know what? I might have to pull that whole piece out. It might just be easier to, at least he let the bow tie in that one. He didn't go ahead and, but you can see this one is supposed to stay. So see how this yeah, he didn't even pull this off. So you can kind of, I mean, I'm gonna assume he didn't just because it's stuck on this so hard, but this little bit of, maybe, I don't know. We're gonna have to look at the parts diagram, make sure that's on the right way too. But when I got it, it was on like that, so it was definitely setting up too high. And it should have been, in my opinion, like this. Yeah, well, let's see if we can get the belt guard off the back, because that's a pain. It is a pain in the butt. We'll put this. Let's put this down here for now, and make sure nothing's underneath of it. Get rid of these things so they're not poking people's tires. I had to take one of these over to Home Depot to try to get, or Ace on Monday, try to get some replacements. And find out. Yeah, well, we can use that cup, but I like using cups and stuff. I usually like using their holders. I think that's what we'll do. We'll just move the toys around and we'll do the Gorilla tape in there. We don't need, there's no reason for me to hang on to that. Or a broken stick. Let me find my Gorilla tape. And we're gonna make a quick video of the other robotic lure that I purchased. That's nice. Yeah. Let's do that so the little bolts don't fall down in there. And make sure none of my tools are under there, no parts are hanging down. And off we go. And these are a real pain in the butt because these belt guards are not easy to get to. Yeah, I guess the bolt might be in the front on that one. Oh. I don't think the belt guard's even on there, so I will. Oh, there is a belt deflector, but we're gonna cut the belt because the belt's ruined anyways. Anyways. I probably won't be able to come with this one. But I'll try like heck. Yeah, let's get the... see if we can find the big guys. I can't find crap. Jeez. It's amazing when you can't find stuff. You really need to... oh my God. It's depressing. I got stuff everywhere. I mean, stuff. Junk. I know it's all useful to some extent, but it's just like I've amassed so much crap, and working 40 hours a week plus another 20 or 30 on these is really dragging on me. I can't find... I have some pretty big bolt cutters that are good at cutting belts, and I obviously don't see them, so I probably used them out in the shed last. I can tell things were getting out of control here. My brain was frying. By Sunday evening, I was starting to hit 102 degree temperature. And my brain was already halfway fried. And they put me on some type of test medicine, I don't know. Trial medicine. That's not the right size either. Standard metric standard. I always giggle with the battery ones because the battery ones always seem to be different. No matter how many I look at or get. Just don't want the deck falling down on my legs. Ooh, crusty. Hey, fucker. It's funny because this one's missing two extra bolts as well. Other guy that was just in here with that other XT1, he was missing 2 bolts. Also, makes me wonder why that is occurring. It's Stewie can all piss me off this morning. I absolutely hate working with decks some days. This deck is the blades are absolutely beat on it. I just have very little strength. 2 weeks now since I've had COVID, and everything seems to hurt really bad. So just try to set this up for my. It'd just be nice if they had like a brake on the bottom of that. So it didn't slide all over the place. So, sorry, mine's gonna be bad. $16.88 on parts. I had to buy a brake rod because got the mower without a brake rod. I had to buy a push nut. Still don't quite understand the push nut. I have to look at the oh, alright. You know how much they charged me for that push nut, son of a bitch. I could have gone to $4.90 for that. I could have definitely gone to Ace and gotten something like that. The picture that they show you online looks a lot different than that, that's for sure. And I hope, sure as shit, that it fits over that. I don't think it's going to, but I took a little bit different approach. And I probably could have taken that washer back. Now I bought one of each just for craps and grins, I guess. But I actually bought a locking nylock, because apparently when this was put back together, I don't know if you can see it very well, but the teeth are all chewed up on this. I should say the threads, not the teeth. So I went and bought a new bolt. As you can see, it's a little bit longer than this is a 2 1/4, I guess, and they only had 2 or 2 1/2. But what I was more concerned about was the shoulder length, and that shoulder length there is just about dead on. So what we need to focus on is assembling this menagerie that was torn apart. I guess I should probably put my micrometer and stuff away too. So moral of the story is, I didn't win the $1 billion. Somebody in Illinois, I guess, won the $1 billion. And I'm stuck working on mowers still. And I'm gonna have to go ahead and figure out the correct way for this assembly as well, because even though it didn't look like anything was missing up top there, it's very bizarre that there was no washer. So I'll be back in a minute here. This looks like, I'm still surprised there's no washer up top there. And it is very bizarre that you put a nut on then, and whatever. According to this, it looks like the flat side of this goes up, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. See number 15. See if they show you a picture of 15. They don't use a washer in here, which seems really, really lame and dumb. I guess they just raise it up off that, but why the assembly goes together that way absolutely blows my mind. You would think that in order to alleviate the stress on the inner bearing, surprised there's no Because that just doesn't make sense. I mean, I guess it gives it more shoulder there, but I really feel like I can't run it there, because if it runs on there, it'll rip the crap out of that. So I guess it's just a plate. I'm tired of batteries. I really am. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Now, and that's messed up too, because I swear they came out of the right parts bin, but I guess not. Alright, well, that's what we're gonna do. Do what the manual says to do. Although, I had to find a I'm gonna use the nylock anyways. You know what? You can't, because it would slip down in between. Yeah. So you gotta use the flange nut. And is that flange wider than that flange? No, so I'm gonna use the widest flange I can, which is the grade 8 flange. Wow. Well. I hate putting these on. Yeah, see? You know what? It's got to be better than... I'd rather it spin on that inner race. Like an inner race should... What a stupid setup. It's going to spin on the inner race anyways, because you're going to lock it down with the flange nut. So, we're using the nylock. I don't want it to come back out. and it says like 200 and some foot-pound or inch foot-pounds on that. Yeah, we're definitely using the nylock. I can see why. I can see why the previous guy that worked on this, even though he got frustrated, I can tell he got frustrated. You can see he got frustrated. Of course, now I can't find the nylock that I just had, so I had to take a break and look that again. So we're gonna use the nylock. Tools on the ground, motorcycle helmets in places that shouldn't be. I need a yard sale. It's a beautiful morning here, Pennsylvania. So they want 200 and some inch pounds on that. Which isn't going to work very well with an nylock. So what we're going to do is our dandiest to tighten it up without screwing it up. It's already screwed up, but we'll try to make a good fix, a permanent fix. Would have been nice to have a better setup as far as actually physically holding this idler pulley in place. I mean, that's kind of a stupid setup, Cub Cadet, if you ask me, but it's going to work. Again, I still don't understand why the picture shows it that way. This is a $36 part right from Cub Cadet too. So I think and it's just an idler, so it seems really stupid and impractical, but whatever. I hope that holds longer than what the other guy had in there. Little thought process behind that. I could have probably done it a lot cheaper than what I did it for, but pull my tools out of here. Hopefully that's the right belt. According to Club Cadetter, it's the right belt, but you know, I see all sorts of stupid stuff, so oh, hopefully I didn't break my disc. That would suck. Roll right over it. Yeah. Stuff on all over. This was the other idler. So try this again. Now, I'm not sure why, but the picture does show this down. So, even though to me it would make more sense to have it pivot on top of that, we're going to do it that way. Because why would you not have a spot to pivot? And then, doesn't even matter yet, because that holds that together. And even though they want something else there, I'm doing this nylock and hoping that that nylock holds it together for a longer time. And they want like 200 and some inch-pounds on that for torque. So let's see if we can find a torque. I don't remember what this one goes up to. Where'd the little one go? Need a bigger workbench. Need a bigger garage. And it hit the $1 billion like I said before. I don't remember how high this one goes. 250. Let's double check. I love this thing. This thing's fucking great. $252. I don't know if this goes that high. I have to get the other guy out. That's usually how it goes. Yeah, got it. I gotta find a reduction or exactly what I wanted, but I guess I'll go from this side. That seems pretty tight for that, but whatever. I probably want me to put the belt on first. Hopefully not. It's a flat idler, so belt should go behind it anyways, but next problem I see here is, even though Cub Cadet says it's a 91-inch belt, Doesn't look like a 91-inch belt. Looks like a little longer than 91-inch. So usually 5/8. And unlike the previous disassembler, destroyer, destructo, you want to make sure that you secure this. So I usually use this flexible stuff and make sure that it holds. I know you can see there. And try to keep your washers and everything in the right order, because yeah, look, he left that thing he let that thing drop, and that's why those wires got tore up. Be surprised if that works at all. And now I'm gonna need to get a cheater bar out because the guy took it apart. He was not nice enough to put never sees into that. So and I would much rather be out riding my motorcycle today too. Let's see if I can find my cheater bar. Oh yeah, there it is. And yeah. We'll be back because I'm gonna need to. I just can't roll around on the ground with this camera. Before I even try getting too far with it, look, mother effer. Yeah, he got that tore up. So now I have to try to flatten that out too. Hopefully, again, when I do these, I usually put never sees on them. So it was nice of him to go ahead and get it off, and then never, you know, I don't know. I know I paused it, but what worked for me was this 2-jaw setup, and unfortunately I was almost at the end of that, and got behind the back here. You can kind of see where the marks are at here from that. But this guy, you can see that's you know, it's rusted over. It's been like that for a little while, but this guy before me definitely snotted that up good. So saving, straighten it out a little bit in hopes that it doesn't cause a, oh my god, this vise isn't the best vise either, but this is pretty thin metal to begin with here. So but he definitely got that pretty gunged up. Kind of see where the belt might have even been wearing on it like that. I don't know if you can see that or not, but you can kind of see in there where that belt was not even touching that. So hey, what other idea do I have for bending that down without screwing it up so much that we're messing up everything else? Great way to utilize a tool there. Heard more cracking in my shoulder than I did in the yeah, you can actually see he kind of cracked that a little bit. So, and it looks like somebody had some never sees in there, or anti-sees. I call them never sees, whatever. And I do that because it's a replaceable item, you know, the belt. So, you know, instead of having to fight with that every time, get those out. You shouldn't have to get those out. I'll put my safety glasses back on so I don't wish shmoo my eye. And it said, even though Cub Cadet said that this is the right size belt, to me it just doesn't look long enough. And probably easier to put it on the back side first, but I have a feeling this looks a little short, but all right, well, so we're going to pull this off again, hopefully. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on the back side first. Oh, look at that. I'm gonna leave a little bit behind for Mr. Shafty there. And you know, this stuff is great. Gets on everything. There's a belt guard in there. So once you get around that, you can kind of just put it on. I don't know if you can see that belt guard or not. Let's see if shine a little light in there for you. I think. There it is. Of course, you know, the seat won't stay up, but sorry, I don't know what you're looking at, but you can kind of see. If you look here, the belt guard on this side and the belt guard on this side. On the zero turn ones, there, because you have the hydrostats on either side, there's a bolt like on this side and on that side that's in the transmission, or in the casing of the hydrostatic transmissions, that you need to remove in order to get the belt guard off and get the belt guard on. You'll watch some idiot knuck out there, he bent the crap out of it. I know I videotaped it or got it on digital video, whatever. However, I don't remember. I don't think I uploaded it yet. I haven't had a whole lot of time. And then I was sick for like 4 or 5 solid days and stuck in bed for those days. So, stuff that back up there. Video production is not my thing. And let's see, my dumbass got a little bit of never sees on the hopefully this is the right size belt. because it definitely seems like there's a little bit of room. A little too much room. I guess once it gets in the idler feed here, I gotta pull that. I'm just gonna bend that over. Sorry. Someone else might not like that, but you know what? This thing is a pain in the, it is a pain in the butt to get back on here. Up and on here with springs and the likes. I gotta make sure that that's on the right side. Because you know the manufacturer, they don't think about the mechanic doing this crap. They just think about the profit they're gonna make. That's all they care about, is profit. Oh no. That is gonna be a pain to wrap on there, so. Yep, sorry, I don't really care about what video people see. I'm just more worried about whether or not I can get this belt past this stupidity. Yeah, I might as well turn it off because it's a waste of battery on it now. I'm gonna go over this and the way I got it to stick back in there, because it really is a pain in the butt. And as I pointed out in the initial video, somebody, the previous destroyer, had this pretty well tore apart, and hopefully the camera doesn't fall off on my. It's easier to assemble this belt while it's on the ground, so you might as well just put it in your head that even though it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, it's going to be easier to have this whole plate land on the ground and then have the belt, feed the belt back up after you get it all together, because as you'll see, the idler just does not want to fit in the right spot. So this whole belt layout really is kind of wonky. I'm gonna have to figure out how to bolts in here, because I couldn't find what I was looking for at Ace or Home Depot. So I think what we'll do is we'll drill and tap this one out at least, and have at it. Sorry for the spin do there. I don't even know what we're looking at here. Yeah, GoPro's falling off my head. And easy way to tell how I had this on, because you got the key way right there. And what I would say is, if you're gonna charge somebody to do this job, charge a lot of money, because this is definitely a pain in the butt. But I think we're good there. These are this spring here that locks into the side of the, man, that's a pain in the butt to get on there. And same thing with the brake one. I'm gonna have to look at the manual, because I don't remember where this one goes now. I'm gonna actually have to pull this plate down again, but the brake one goes here. I just don't remember. I'm gonna have to go back and look through my other video. with the other XT1 that was in here, if that's where that goes. But I think we'll be all right. I just had to figure out where that tension goes on there. So, all right, have fun with that. I remembered why I was having some confusion there. So the tensioner spring does go on this bar loop here. I don't know if you can see that, but that loop there. So it does go like this. And then your hook gets stuffed inside the chassis down there, the frame down there. But before you do all that, now in this case here, this gentleman was missing this bar. And I'm not sure why he was missing the bar, but he was missing the bar. I had to order this bar. And this bar gets hooked onto here. And it is a real pain in the ass to get it on. There's no doubt about that. But what I found worked for me, because I had the other machine apart, was if you flip the leg for the foot pedal all the way forward, there is a slot up in here, an angled slot that this guy fits into. Now, finding that angled slot, without having that bar fall out, this is definitely a cluster fudgy sticks of a mess that these guys have put together here to confuse the crap out of the consumer, I guess. And if I recall, it goes in this way, but let me try not to let the stupid GoPro fall off my head. And I guess I have to pull it all down again here. Thank you, Cub Cadet. You're the best. You're the best, Cub Cadet. Yeah. And one reason I'm going to have to pull that down. See, well, so. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. That's right there. So if you get it to come all the way down, you can see you can get it to yeah, I remember it was on the inside, it was on the outside. This guy's got the bar. I think that guy's got that bar on the wrong side, doesn't he? No, there it is. All right, and then I think that bar's on the wrong side. I think this little bar's on the wrong side. I didn't put it on there, but I have a feeling that it is on the wrong side. Find out here in a minute. All right, so that's there, and then you have to twist your plate around. And of course, this little screw over here is already wobbled out. This was the side there. And you're gonna have to twist your plate, unless you feel like dicking around with that again. Get that and go in there like that, and hopefully everything stays together. And just make sure your plastic pieces here and here on the outside, and that should be good, and hopefully I can find a bolt to hold this up. Oh, yeah, I can tell that is not going to work because that bar is definitely on the wrong side. So thanks to the wonderful engineers at Cub Cadet, I think that little bar with the little locking, I don't know what's going on here. Jesus Christ. Yeah, battery's got 5% left. So anyways, after twisting and menagerie with this, you'll eventually get it up in there. And it should look like that. So and this plate, I know it'll become frustrating for some people, but the plate needs to be in here exactly at the right angle, because if you don't have it in there and you don't have everything together, it will softly go together, and you should be able to, you know, hand screw your screws in a little bit here. Unfortunately, like I said, the guy before me has them all boogered up, so still needs some little bit of adjusting here, but like, you know, you gotta watch out for the plastic pieces here, watch out for the metal pivot points, and yeah, your screws should go in there with very little effort, but unfortunately, you know, like I said, this guy has one busted out on this side and there were some missing, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of tinkering with this, but this guy will have a break again. So like I said, I don't know how long the belt will stay on there. The idlers look like they're in the right position. They don't look off. I know there's not a whole lot of explanation, and I'm sure that the Cub Cadet dealer probably charges $80 an hour to go ahead and do this. So I'm doing it for about half, and somebody changed the filter here, and then I don't know how they had the wrong filter on there, I guess, and they couldn't get it in there right. So we're gonna button this up, get it out in the yard, and mow around with it. Going here with this one, so I was having a little bit of a hard time getting it to start there. As you can see, definitely doesn't want to start easily. So I'm not here to fix that, but what in the world is this? Do you see that? There's a paper clip here. Unbelievable. So because I'm not in the mood to go ahead and do carburetor work today, and we're not charging them for carburetor work, I'm sure he's aware of that. It's a twin cylinder. The nice thing is I think I'm done using tools, because the deck is a toolless deck. Cub Cadet's been doing that for a while too. Yeah. You know, the old belt probably wasn't bad, but I'm not gonna mess around with trying to figure it out. So I just ordered the parts, and again, this is just a pulley. We were supposed to be, or a drive belt on this. Hopefully that lasts a lot longer than the prior diddler. This has been bothering me. It's very hard for me because I had COVID there. It's very hard for me to let things sit in my garage, especially when it's other people's equipment. So I tell him that a general service, I don't know what someone, I might even take this down to him yet today, just to get it out of my hair. But it is a shame that we didn't connect prior, because I feel like he probably spent quite a bit of money with the other guy who didn't go through the aggravation of putting this together correctly. So, and instead of using, I think come on. These are a little bit of a pain in the butt to get on. Come on. There you go. Where's my knee pad when I need it? And I got to push it back, because I just don't feel like dealing with another spring. But I guess I'm gonna have to take that spring off so I can get it out. My Cub Cadet, the zero turn, has the lever on it to get it on and off, which is nice. I think this requires a breaker bar, if I remember. Yeah, it's a breaker bar point right there. So we'll get this on. Yeah. I just don't remember. I don't remember. Extension on the extension usually works pretty well too. guess it goes on that way. That one on that way. And yeah, you're probably not looking at much. And you gotta drop your deck down to low. Springs. Oh yeah, look at you, little biscuit. This thing. Sorry, I know you're going up and down. It's a lot of effort, you know. One there, one in the front, and then I had to get the one on this side. There we go. All the wands are connected. Oh. 3 wands here. Here goes one. Uh-oh, this one came undone. Here we go, one. Hey, this one does not fit as nicely as that one did. Come on. There you go. And all right, now we can bore her back up. All right, take her out for a spin here. Hopefully got enough room there to get by my garbage cans. Guess I'll move this and run that over. And we'll bring the deck up and